Hello, Assalamu alaikum. I am Umair Ahmad Khan, and in this video, we are going to talk about personality development in detail. What is personality development? I mean, before beginning to this topic, and I would like to ask all of you to think what is in fact personality and why the need of this is to be discussed here and why it is being taught as a discipline in different institutes. Personality development. Personality, it's who we are. Our personalities determine how we act and react, as well as how we interact with and respond to the world. Personality, in fact, it is a quality that is recognizable soon after the birth of a child. Or, in other words, as it's being written here, it's who we are. Our personalities, they determine how we act and react, as well as how we interact in the society and in the world. Okay, it has different, how we act to culture, how we act and interact with our friends and parents, environment, genetics, and work. Okay, the word personality is derived from the Latin word persona, meaning mask. The relatively stable feelings, thoughts, and behavioral patterns a person has is called personality. Or, as I told, that it is a quality that is identifiable soon after the birth of a child is called personality. Like we have temperament, like we have psychology, like we have sensing, behavior, we have perceiving, we have rationale, we have different traits, extrovert and then introvert. All these are the personality traits or the personality qualities. Okay, if personality is stable, does this mean that it does not change? No, it does. Changes, they occur. Okay. Personality development. Personality development is, in fact, an improvement in all spheres of an individual's life, be it with friends, in the office, or in any other environment or setting. That personality development, it is an improvement in all kind of spheres. I mean, either it's individual's life or it be with friends, or in the office, work environment, or in any other environment. What is the importance of this personality development? Personality development, it grooms an individual and it helps people to make a mark of their own identities. Personality development, it goes long way in reducing stress and conflicts. Personality development, it also helps you to develop a positive attitude in your life. Okay, I mean, there are different, the big fives. What are these? We are going to discuss this in the detail in the upcoming slides. For example, the openness, the consciousness, neuroticism, agreeableness, and extroversion. Let's talk this in detail. What's openness? Openness is the degree to which a person is curious, original, intellectual, creative, and open to new ideas. The key phrase in this openness is a person is open to new ideas. Let's talk about in detail in the following example. People high in openness are highly motivated to learn new skills and they do well in training setting. They also have an advantage when they enter into new organization. Their open-mindedness leads them to seek a lot of information and feedback about how they're doing and to build relations which leads to quicker adjustment into the new job. I mean, what this means, openness means that you must have new ideas. I mean, when you are discussing your ideas publicly, I mean, it gives you prestige, it gives you an importance, it gives you the degree of, it also signifies your importance in an organization, and which makes other individual or your colleague able make them able to understand that how how much important you are for an organization. Either you are an asset or you are destructive candidate for the organization. So openness, I mean, accepting or having new ideas in your mind. Consciousness, in fact, the degree to which a person is organized, systematic, punctual, achievement or progress oriented, and dependable. Okay, consciousness is the one personality trait that uniformly predicts how a person's performance will be across a variety of occupations and jobs. For example, if you are given a kitten role, how are you performing in that kitten setting? For example, you are given a lead role in XYZ organization, and how will you be performing there? For example, if you are given a management role, how will you be performing in that occupation or job or professional setting? In addition to the high performance, consciousness conscious people have the high levels of motivation to perform, low levels of turnover, low levels of absenteeism, and high levels of safety performance at work. Okay, extraversion, the degree to which a person is outgoing, talkative, sociable, and enjoys being in social situations. The two, qualities or types you can say of personality. One is extrovert, and then another is introvert, and the third that lies between the two is ambivert. People those who are neither introvert no extrovert, rather they're ambivert. Okay, the degree to which a person is outgoing, approachable, easygoing, talkative, sociable, and they enjoy being in social situations. Okay, extroverts do well in social situations, and as a result, they tend to be effective in job interviews. They have an easier time than introverts when adjusting to a new job because they talk everything openly. So it becomes easy for them to, adjust themselves in new job setting. They actively seek information and feedback and build effective relationship, which helps with the adjustment. Agreeableness, the degree to which a person is nice, tolerant, sensitive, trusting, kind, and warm. Agreeableness means you need to agree when people they disagree. You need to agree when people they are agreeing with you. In either case, you need to agree, and you need to keep this point in your mind that everybody has got freedom of speech and they have got the right to speak. So you need to agree, unless only disagree when you think that it's necessary here. People who are high in agreeableness are likable people who get along with others. Not surprisingly, agreeable people help others at work consistently. This helping behavior is not dependent on being in a good mood. They're also less likely to retaliate when other people treat them unfairly. Agreeables, when you agree with people, those who similarly, those who agree with people, they do not have this retaliating nature in fact, and they do not retaliate when people they're treating them unfairly. Neuroticism is the degree to which a person is anxious, irritable, aggressive, temperamental, and moody. These people have a tendency to have emotional adjustment problems and experience stress and depression on habitual basis. People are on very high in neuroticism experience a number of problems at work. Okay, in fact, neuroticism is a quality in which person is anxious, irritable, aggressive, temperamental, and moody. They're mood dependent. Then they are usually aggressive, frustrated, and worried about. And so they people they those who have this quality, they are very problematic. Values and attitudes, they refer to stable life goals that people have, reflecting what is most important to them. Similarly, again, broad preference and preferences concerning appropriate courses of actions or outcomes. And the values that are important to people tend to affect the types of decisions when they make, how they perceive the environment and their actual behaviors. Okay, each family, early family experiences important influence over the dominant values. Values of of a generation also change and evolve in response to the historical context that generation grows up in. The values a person holds will affect his or her employment. Attitude, a predisposition to respond in a positive or negative way to someone or something in one's environment. Predisposition means something that is already in your mind, something that is already in your, you know, the bias kind of feeling. For example, you know that this person, you already know that this person is XYZ, he's, very nice. So whatever he speaks, that you may be thinking either positive way, just because of that predisposition that you have already in your mind. And okay, influences by values are acquired from the same sources as values. Okay, focus on specific people or objects, whereas values have a more general focus and more stable than attitude. So attitude, these are, not like values, as values are more general focus and more stable than attitudes. So attitudes, they are, they are not in general, they do not generally focus on ABC or XYZ topic. Attitudes are contagious. As your worth catching attitude. Self-esteem is the degree to which a person has overall positive feeling about his or herself. For example, you say that I love myself. So you are very much self-oriented, and you usually love to talk about your own self. You love to talk about your own, you know, respect, and you love to talk about, your own credibilities. People with high self-esteem view themselves in a positive light, are confident, and respect themselves. On the other hand, people with low self-esteem experience high levels of self-doubt and question their self-worth. Okay. What matters the most is how you see yourself and how you see yourself, whereas how you see others in your own, lens of eye. Okay. So what matters is the most how you see yourself. I mean, just look at this picture, how the cat is sitting and looking in the mirror and what she is expecting. Self-efficacy is a belief that one can perform a specific task successfully. It is different from other personality traits in that it's job specific. People with high self efficacy setting high goals for themselves and being more committed to these goals. Whereas people with low self efficacy tend to be procrastinate. For example, it's okay, I've got this. Okay. And the other one is suspecting either it's right or not. There's a quotation by Mahatma Gandhi. If I have the belief that I can do, I shall surely acquire the capacity to do it even if I may not have it at the beginning. So, what is important in this particular quote? That how you believe yourself, how you perceive yourself. Either you have this belief in your mind, or if you believe that you can do, nobody else can, make you realize that you cannot do. Ways to build your self confidence. Talk a self, take a self inventory, self assessment. You need to, assess yourself. I mean, I want you to assess your own abilities on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay. So you just, assess yourself and ask questions to yourself about your intelligence, about your confidence, and about your social skills, and then try to give yourself marks. And you'll understand how or where do you fall. Why do you think that you have rated them all as 5? I forgot to ask if 10 was good or bad. Just imagine either you're keeping the number 10 as the most, valuable, or either the most, credit number, or you are just giving number one as the highest number. So you need to define your criteria first in order to assess yourself. Ways to build your self-confidence is just manageable goals. I might have talked about in the earlier videos as well. You need to keep your daily goals, then weekly goals, monthly goals, yearly goals, and then or maybe quarterly goals. Without these goals, you may not have, you know, you may not reach to your destination. Okay, then find a mentor, finding and inspiring somebody who can guide you, somebody who can motivate you, somebody who can lead you, somebody who can direct you. Ways to build your self confidence is don't judge yourself by your failures. I won't work out. So it's not, failure is the first step towards success. So if you get failed, it means that you're trying. And those who, are, getting success by every step. So it doesn't mean it poses a question either they have started trying or not. So don't judge yourself by your failures only. Okay, ways to build your self confidence is until you feel confident, be sure to act confidently. If you believe that you can do, no one can make you feel that you cannot do. The pleasure of getting such success is awesome. Seriously telling you, if you believe that you can do, whereas everybody else is saying that you cannot do, I mean, the moment that you get success, the pleasure of such success is extraordinary. Okay, ways to build your self confidence is know when to ignore negative advice. Listen to positive people and ignore negative ones. People that doubt, judge, and disrespect you are not worth your time and attention. They do not deserve your time and they do not deserve your attention. Try to avoid such people and around you in your circle. Focus on your goal and success is sure. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much for watching this video, listening to me. Hope to see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Thank you.